everyone, this is Amy from the Carberry Plains Arts Council coming at you with a super fun arts activity that you can do at home with no preparation necessary. It's called Me in item form. So what does that mean? How do I describe myself with items? Well, first what you need to do is go around your house and look at stuff. Are there things that spark a certain memory or story for you that are really important in describing who you are? So I've gone around my house and chosen some items to describe me, and I'd like to go through them with you so you can get an idea of what you would like to choose. So firstly, I have this pin here. You can see that. That is an actual picture of a Prophet 5 synthesizer from Sequential Circuits. Okay, a synthesizer is a keyboard that you use to create music, but mostly noise, sounds. So you can use a synthesizer to create sounds that are real, like in an orchestra, violin, cello, or you can use it to create other kinds of sounds that maybe sound like a construction site or maybe that sound like nothing you've ever heard before. It's endless possibilities. And that's what I really like about music. Of course, there's, regular rules and things like that to do with music. I like to listen to all kinds of different stuff that maybe are not the most musical, but definitely super interesting. So that's why I chose that. This is a patch. It is of a band that I used to live with and tour with for a good deal of my life. I learned a lot from that experience about working as a team, about finding your place as part of the team, realizing your strengths and what you have to offer and offering it up at the right moment. This is an Inukshuk. It's part of the Inuit culture. These were used to let travelers know that this is a safe area, to wish them hope and friendship. This was actually assembled by an auntie of mine as part of my cousin's wedding festivities. And it's actually interesting. She collected rocks for quite a number of years, and my uncle was saying to her, what are you going to do with all these rocks? You've got so many of them. And then beautifully, her daughter gets married and she used them to make a whole bunch of these. So why does this have significance to me? Well, being an artist has made me travel a lot. And I've learned a lot about different people and their experiences and about myself by being me in a different area and kind of learning how to adapt to, different situations, different areas, whatnot. Okay, so next I have this beautiful box. It is stone. It's very smooth. It has some light coloring on it. So it looks very beautiful, but to me, it gives me the feeling that it's protecting something inside, which kind of makes me feel like me. And then I open and what's this? I call it a daisy, but it could be any kind of flower. And it's made up of a bunch of beads that are kind of intertwined together like that. A colleague of mine made it for me. I feel this describes me because it's very beautiful and delicate, but you can see what kind of makes it up is all these intricate little loops. And then the beads themselves are super, super tiny. So I like to think of all these little experiences and little things about me weave together into one complete piece to make me beautiful, like I know that I am. And then I have this. This is my son's wristband from when he was born in the hospital. The experience of having my son and raising him is a big part of who I am. It's part of what makes me so passionate about community arts and about using the arts as an integral part of everyday life. Now I don't get to create art as much. I kind of use arts to connect with my son and share experiences with him. So being a mother is a big part of me being an artist these days. It's actually a sheet that was typed on. It's got poetry on there, and it was written by a colleague of mine, Douglas Livingston, who was actually formerly trained as a painter. So all of Douglas's poetry is very image-based, okay? So that means that when you read it out, you really see a picture in front of you. That's kind of what it feels like the words are trying to do, assemble this picture in front of you. Douglas and I worked together in a performance art collective called The Empty Space. And he really wanted to learn how to translate his poetry into performance. And I had a formal background. But what actually happened was he taught me a lot. He taught me a lot about patience and being in the moment, rather than trying to really push my performance on the audience, okay? And this piece of paper really does that for me, because he physically took this paper, put it into a typewriter. If you don't know what that is, kids, look it up. And typed it out. So it's a very physical representation of him and his work. And I can just picture him, sitting down at his typewriter and these words kind of flowing through him. And holding this in my hand reminds me about, that moment of inspiration when you just sit down and it just comes to you. Okay? So that's it. These are all items that I found around my home. Some of them I see quite often, and some of them are in a box, and I visit every once in a while. But I encourage you all to go around your home and find some items that tell a story about you or signal an event or something that happened in your life that's really important to you. It doesn't have to be personal items that belong to you. It could be things from around your kitchen or whatever. And once you've done that, maybe the rest of your family wants to do themselves an item form, and then you could have like an item family going on. But anyway, I'm going to take a picture of this and I'll put it up on our Facebook group for you guys to see, and send me your pictures of you in item form. I totally want to see it. Email it to crbyarts@wcgwave.ca, and I'll put the email address in the comments if you want to partake and show us you in item form. All right, bye for now, and we'll please like and subscribe, because we'll have another video ready for you next week on Monday. Take care, stay safe.